Today I want to talk about building up from 0 to 5Ks. When you're starting from scratch, and that might mean because you've had a baby, you're recovering from a long-term injury, or you just haven't done much exercise before, you need to start out slowly. It's easy to get caught up thinking too far ahead of yourself and thinking about what you should be doing in the future or what you've done in the past, rather than what you can and should do today. When I had my first baby, Finn, all I could think about was training for my next Ironman. I really lost focus on just enjoying the training I was doing and being able to get out there exercising, because I had too much of a mindset of what I used to do pre-pregnancy and trying to get back to that, or where I wanted to be 6 months down the track. So to start out slowly, that's going to mean something different to everyone. For some people it might just mean going out for a walk with your family like we are now for 20 minutes. For others it might mean a 1-minute run and a 2-minute walk for 20 minutes. The second thing you need to consider is trying to build up slowly. So each week you shouldn't increase your volume by more than 10%. So in the previous example, if you're going for a 20-minute walk with your family, you just want to increase that by another couple of minutes the following week. The reason behind the slow increase is just to avoid your risk of injury. So this is particularly important if you're recovering from having a baby. You know, we've really got to appreciate what our bodies have been through and just being a bit in awe of what you've been through for 9 months growing your baby, and then what the effects of labour are. So really make sure no more than 10% each week and starting out slowly. When I had Charlie, after 2 months of rest and recovery, I started out doing a couple of 15-minute walks each week, and I was also focused on trying to get back my core control and strength with some physio-led Pilates. Now that Charlie is 8.5 months old, I'm just now up to running 8Ks a week, and that was really in the last couple of months that I've built up my running and really felt comfortable running again. So it started at 15-minute walks at 2 months, and now by 8 months I'm up to 8K. So it's a really slow gradual increase over those 6 months, and it took a good 6 months to even feel comfortable jogging and running again. I also want to touch on here celebrating your little wins. For me, this was about the week-to-week improvements and focusing on where I was in the present rather than what I'd done in the past before pregnancy. To give you an example of a little story, I remember the time that I first ran 4Ks after Charlie was born. You know, to start with, I was really happy. I was really excited that I'd run 4Ks, and then this little voice just started popping into my head saying, that was only barely a warm-up before pregnancy. You know, that doesn't even count as a session. And then straight away, bam, put a stop to that and just think, where I am today is better than where I was 2 weeks ago. And again, I'm happy, celebrating my little wins and celebrating the fact that I'm improving. And that's the big point for me, that each week I'm getting better. So far, to get from 0 to 5Ks, we've talked about starting out slowly, building up your volume by no more than 10% a week. And now we have to say, what is the third thing? Well, unfortunately, it's not very glamorous and it's not very exciting, but it's getting consistent and building up a routine. When you first get started, you'll have all this excitement about doing your race, or what you're going to do, about thinking what it's going to be like when you get to your 5Ks and running your event. This is going to get you out of the door for your first run and probably your second, third, and even your fourth. But after that, life starts getting in the way, you get busy, the kids are squawking at you, work gets in the way, or it even just gets too cold to get out of bed. So we need to develop a routine that's going to get us going for the 5th, 6th, 7th and so on runs. So each week, if you really want to improve, you need to be getting out the door at least 3 times to be able to see the benefits and be able to build up to your 5Ks. My suggestion for doing this is try to find some people to rope into doing your runs with you, or your walks and your exercise. So these could be your workmates, your sisters, your girlfriends, even your husband and your kids. So each week you're organising a session to go along and do your training, and then you're having a bit of a social catch up afterwards. So that might be a coffee or just a play in the park with the kids. So great for your physical well-being and your exercise, and it's even better for your soul that you get that chance to catch up and socialise with people as well. So that's it for this week. So we've covered running from nothing to 5Ks, and our 3 areas we're going to look at are starting out slowly, building up your volume by no more than 10% a week, and developing some consistency and some routine into your week by socialising and getting people involved.